So, at their big build conference, Microsoft didn't just show off some new features. Oh no, they dropped this huge, almost sci-fi vision for the entire future of the internet, a world run by smart, autonomous AI agents. But at the very same time, a quiet little change to a free tool that millions of people love is telling a completely different story. Okay, let's get into it. This right here was the big headline from Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. He's not just talking about an update, he's framing this as a massive platform shift, on the same level as the web itself or the cloud. And the two key words you really got to hang on to here are open and agentic. We'll be coming back to those.
And this is really the heart of what we're talking about today. You've got this beautiful, grand vision on one side. But on the other, you have this business decision that's making literally millions of developers stop and ask, wait a minute, what's the catch here?
So first up, what in the world is this agentic web? Well, Microsoft is pitching it as the next great frontier, a brand new platform that's going to completely change how we all interact with software and the internet itself. Think of it like this. Right now, you and I, we use apps. In this agentic web future, we delegate tasks to agents. So instead of clicking through, a dozen different screens to book a trip, you just tell a travel agent, hey, handle it. And that same idea can be applied to way more complex stuff, especially writing software. And this is where the whole vision gets really, really tangible for anyone who writes code. The role of AI is about to take a massive leap. It's evolving from just a helpful assistant into, well, a genuine teammate. What's so interesting here is the change in wording. A pair programmer is someone sitting next to you, kind of looking over your shoulder and offering suggestions. That's what the first version of Copilot was like. But a peer programmer, that's an equal. That's someone you can give a whole task to, walk away, and trust that they're going to get to work on it all by themselves. And get this isn't just a theory. They actually demoed this live. You literally go into GitHub, find a bug report, and in that assignee drop-down menu right next to all your human coworkers, you can just select Copilot. The AI then just goes off, builds its own little workspace, writes the code, and sends it back for you to look over. It's a total delegation of an engineering task. Pretty wild. Okay, so that's the dream, right? A world of open, collaborative AI agents working together. But at almost the exact same time all this was being announced, Microsoft made a small but really significant change that tells a very different story, one that seems to fly in the face of that whole open philosophy. And boom, this was the announcement that popped up on GitHub. With barely any warning, Microsoft said it was pulling the plug on the IntelliCode extensions for Visual Studio Code, which, is only one of the most popular code editors on the entire planet. So, why is this such a big deal? Well, IntelliCode wasn't just some tiny little tool. This thing was a powerhouse. It was totally free, it was used by a massive community, over 60 million developers, and it had one absolutely crucial feature. It ran completely on your local machine. Your code never left your computer. For privacy and security, that's a huge, huge deal. And with support ending immediately, that massive user base was suddenly left in a tough spot. And the choice they have to make now is being, let's just say, heavily guided by Microsoft. The official advice is to uninstall IntelliCode and switch over to their premium product, GitHub Copilot. So let's actually break down what that move looks like. And when you put them side by side, the difference is, well, it's pretty stark. You're going from a totally free, unlimited tool to a subscription service. And maybe even more important, you're going from a high-privacy, local-first model to a cloud-based one where your code is constantly being sent over the internet to Microsoft's servers. For any individual developer out there who wants the kind of unlimited help they got used to with IntelliCode, this is the new price of admission. A feature that was once just a free, awesome part of the coding world now costs at least $120 a year. And you can bet the developer community noticed. This quote pretty much sums up how a lot of people felt online. The idea is that Microsoft got developers hooked on this fantastic free AI tool, made it a core part of how they work, and now that everyone depends on it, they're flipping the switch to a paid, cloud-based model. So, all of this brings us right back to that big vision from the beginning, back to Satya Nadella's promise of an open, scalable, agentic web. How on earth does this decision fit into that picture? And this just lays out the contradiction perfectly, doesn't it? The public vision is all about openness, collaboration, a vibrant ecosystem. But the reality for 60 million developers is that a free, private, local tool just got taken away and replaced with a locked-in paid service.
It kind of suggests that while the web of agents might be open, the best tools to actually build for that web might end up living inside Microsoft's walled garden.
Which leaves us with a really important question. As these AI coding tools go from being a nice-to-have to an absolutely essential part of a developer's job, who gets to control them? Who gets to set the price? And who controls the data? Microsoft's latest moves suggest a future where the most powerful AI tools will come with a subscription, making you wonder what open will really mean in this new age of the agentic web.